everyone. Welcome to the Aquarian Mind podcast. Today's podcast, episode number 227. I'm your host, Jamel Crothers. It's Wednesday Motivation and Inspiration, and today I'm jumping into it. Stop trying to fit in. For the love of mankind, I'm going to repeat it again. Stop trying to fit in. Carve your own path. Because everyone's path is different. And I always ask the question of why do we spend so much time trying to fit in with the world? What happened to being different? What happened to standing out from the pack? What happened to carving your own path and going down your own road? Because today, I want you to stop trying to fit in. Whether it's fashion trends, what people are doing, what people are pursuing in life. And it's great to be trendy sometimes, but there are just times we all need to go our own way. It's way too easy to be a follower, but it's much harder to be a leader. And confidence is so crucial in all that we do in our daily lives, and we spend too much time trying to fit in with certain crowds. And I'm here to tell you, it's okay to be different. It's okay to be unique in your own way. It's okay to go down your own path. A lot of people will be encouraged to do what you're doing, and there will be those who don't approve of it. Either way, being yourself keeps you from overthinking on whether you're being liked by others. And I'll admit, I've spent time trying to be liked by people for the longest time when I was younger. And as I got older, I stopped really giving a hoot. And I started saying to myself, I need to be true to myself and who I am. And I'm way more comfortable, with where I am now in my life than I would say 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I was Mr. Popular in college, and everyone, everyone thinks you're the cool person and you're chill and this and that. And, you're riding the wave of doing things. And then you get older and you start realizing that you don't want to be the same person that you were 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And I know that it's easy to go buy the same shirt or clothing or shoes or sneakers or jewelry or whatever it is because another person's wearing it and you want it and you want to look good in it, whatever the case is. Or you want to be that, famous actor or actress. You want to live their life. You want to do what they do. Or you want to be that athlete or whatever it is that would make you feel great or make you feel fulfilled. But sometimes you have to be careful in trying to fit in so bad and trying to, be part of the crowd, because you have to look in the mirror at yourself at the end of the day. And you have to ask yourself who you are and how comfortable are you in your own skin. And confidence is so crucial in all that we do in our daily lives. And I will continually say that. If you're confident and comfortable in who you are, people will like and respect you, especially if you love and respect yourself. And we should always focus on being true to who we are. And everything else follows pretty much after that. You look at the landscape of, life right now, right? I will say that a lot of people want to be on TV so bad. They want cameras in their face and they want to be well known, and it's this big thing. And it's been going that way for a long time. I will say it's been going that way for, I would say, past 2 or 3 decades, give or take. Look, I will say, like, when I was a kid, like, we all as kids were like, oh, we're going to the NBA. The majority of us really weren't going to the NBA. I mean, let's be realistic here. I have one friend that played on a summer league team, and he got close a few times, but he had a great overseas career, I'll say that. But he was the best basketball player in school, basically, when we were in elementary school and we were in junior high school. And, when you grow up in New York City, you in junior high school, you get to apply to different high schools. It's not like, you go to your zoned high school. I mean, you can, but it's not always the best thing to do. But, and then, you get your acceptance letters and your, rejected letters. So, yeah, for us as New York City kids, it starts at like 14 years old with the, applying for certain schools and things of that nature. Not when you're like 16, 17, when you're in high school trying to get into a college. So, you go through your process. And point is that I found out about that same friend when I was like 17, and I'm in my sports marketing class and I'm on the computer and I randomly typed in his name, and he's star athlete, and he's no longer 6'2", he's 6'9", and so he got scholarship offers, and he ended up at a small Division I school. And then the irony of it is he ended up at my college at the end of his college career. He transferred, sat out a year, and then played his last year, which I didn't get to see, unfortunately, because I had graduated and moved on, but had a good basketball career. But he wasn't trying to fit in. He just knew who he was. And he was a great basketball player. He just worked at it all the time. He'd be in the park practicing for hours a day. And it was dedication to his craft. And he did what he wanted to do. And no one was going to stop him. And that is what I commended with him and with so many other people. And I will always say that the world is there for the taking. It's just you have to make sure that you're good with yourself. In the majority of this world, a lot of people aren't comfortable in their own skin. And they're vying for attention. And social media has convoluted a lot of things, because people think that social media is reality when it really isn't. I always say it's a highlight reel of someone's life. And unless someone's being brutally honest and transparent in what they're dealing with and going through on social media, a lot of it just isn't the truth of what's going on behind closed doors. And a lot of what's going on in people's lives, you're not going to know on a social media app. It's when people close that social media app and lock their phones and go on with their lives. That's the truth. That's what's really going on. So, when you see, famous people and, you see all these influencers on social media and their life looks great and they have all this money and things like that, that's not their truth. That's not their authenticity. There's very few people that do very well in life. They're good financially and they're passionate and love what they do, and they're authentic in their truth. But they're not sharing every part of their lives. They're not sharing every aspect of their lives, because the reality of it is none of us share every aspect of our lives. It's not really humanly possible to do that, especially on social media apps. So let's be realistic here. Stop trying to fit in with what people want you to do, what people think you should do, or what the world wants you to be, or what the world thinks you should be, or whatever the case is. If you got parents trying to force you into a career, guess what? Go on your own path. You're either going to win or you're going to learn. You're going to win and prove them wrong, or you're going to learn and say, well, that didn't quite work out, but it doesn't mean I can't go down another path and do something else. Because let's be real here. I never had any intentions on having a podcast like this at all. And here I am. Third year of sharing my journey of who I am, what I'm about, what I go through, my journey as a writer, motivating and inspiring you guys, experiences that I've been through, things that are on my mind. I can't explain it, but I'm very thankful for this journey. And I know that a lot of these podcasts will live on. Like years from now, someone, may find my podcast and listen to something and be inspired. And that's why I'm very meticulous in how I write my blogs and how I go about these podcasts and the content that I'm creating, because I'm not creating it for just the moment that you guys are listening to it right now. I'm also thinking about the 10-year-old kid that's probably going to be 20 in 10 years and may come across my podcast and listen to a Motivation Wednesday podcast and go, you know what? Mello has a point. That's really also who I'm doing it for. So that's why I tell everyone, carve your own path, do your own thing, do what makes you happy. And if it works out, great. If it doesn't, you learn from it and you figure out what's next. But we're all going to fall on our butts a few times before we get to where we want to be. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to call it a podcast. I'm not going to call it a day. See, you thought I was going there, huh? Nope. That's my podcast for today. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. You guys can follow me on all of my social media apps. Instagram is Aquarian Mello. Twitter is Aquarian Mind 1. It's the number 1, not 1. And YouTube, it's my name, Jamel Crothers. You can find all my books all over the place, except Amazon. You guys know it. Book Insight Friday coming up on Friday. I will be discussing Alphabet City 3. Be good, everyone, and go accomplish your goals.